The latest. Thank you for your love and support. I appreciate you all. The long-awaited unity of the African is finally here. One army is finally here in Africa, because this is what always we are yearning for as a youth in Africa, that we want to have one army, one military, and AES has given it to us. Even though we heard that they have come together as a bloc, and we heard them talking about merging their armies, today it is finally here. The unified force of the Alliance of Sahel States stands as a clear declaration to the world that the Sahel will no longer be a playground for external manipulation, insecurity, or imposed solutions. Instead, it raises today as a shield of self-defense, a pillar of regional solidarity, and a symbol of Africa taking full responsibility for its own peace, security, and future. This alliance is rooted in shared history, common struggle, and a deep understanding that our security is indivisible. An attack on one is an attack on all, united by purpose and strengthened by cooperation. This force represents the transformation of challenges into collective strength and unity into action. This is the day that all Africans we have been waiting for, because we believe that we can never do it if we continue to remain on our own. The oppressor has used the divide and conquer strategy on the African, and it has been working perfectly for the people for a very long time. So we believe now that if we can actually set ourselves free, then we need to come together and fight for our own sovereignty. Why do we continue to wait on other people to come here in the guise of helping the Africans?
It is with immense pride that I have just installed the new commander of the Unified Force of the AES. The solemn handover of the standard marks the start of the activities of the Unified Force. On this occasion, I would first like to congratulate and salute the courage, professionalism, commitment, and especially the determination of the Ministers of Defense, the Chiefs of General Staff, and especially all the defense and security forces of the AES space. For all the results achieved within the framework of the relentless fight against armed terrorist groups. Since the Niamey Declaration on July 6, 2024, our armed defense and security forces have engaged in joint operations, the most recent of which are Operation Yiroko 1 and Yiroko 2, which allowed the neutralization of several terrorist leaders and the destruction of several sanctuaries. All these results were obtained thanks to good planning, timely intelligence sharing, and especially the pooling of efforts. Today, with the installation of the new commander of the Unified Force, the establishment of the Joint Command Post in Niamey, and the designation of the battalions dedicated to the Unified Force, it is now up to the new commander not only to anticipate the new operating modes of armed terrorist groups, but especially to continue to take over and continue this fight for the securitization of the Sahel space. Today, the new threats we face are oriented according to the orientations of the institutions and state sponsors to support armed terrorist groups. And currently, our armies face three types of threats in the fight against armed terrorist groups: the armed terrorist threat, the economic terrorist threat, and the media terrorist threat.
La menace terroriste économique, la menace terroriste médiatique. Et Dieu merci, aujourd'hui, l'AES La Confédération
Thank God, today the AES Confederation has taken measures to counter these different threats, not only with the establishment of this unified force which will take over, but also the creation of AES TV and all these mechanisms, AES TV, AES Radio, and the AES written press. This system will allow us to counter all these threats. So I would like to again wish good luck to the new commander of the force. And today, the AES is a reality, an irreversible reality that we must support, and especially salute the commitment, resilience, and especially the courage of the sovereign people of the AES who have always supported our armed defense and security forces. I cannot finish without bowing before the memory of our departed civilians and military on the field of operations, and also wishing a speedy recovery to the injured. As we said, our destinies are linked. One space, one people, one destiny. Good luck and good courage to the new unified force.
Our security must be in our hands, and we must fight because we are fighting a common goal. And that is the reason to which we need to come together as a people. This is the day that the African has been waiting for all these years, because we believe that coming together is going to give us the sovereignty that we are looking for. We need one army, one currency. And after them giving us their bank, they've even gone ahead to announce that they're going to bring their own currency, and they're going to move away from the CFA franc. Because as Africans, if we truly say we are independent, then everything that the colonizer gave to us, we actually need to do away with them, because we cannot continue to be holding on to the things that they left for us, and we still believe in ourselves that we are sovereign, because everything that we are doing today as Africans is controlled by these people. And for that matter, we actually need to take our sovereignty into our own hands. And we are one people. We shared value, common goals, and everything of ours is the same, until they came here and lied to us, because they want to make sure they have control over us. So we all bought into the narrative that the African is different, and we need to always see ourselves as different people, instead of seeing the same person who is causing us harm as the one that is causing our progress not to go forward. So today, as Africans, the youth, the revolution that we are seeing in the Sahel States is amazing, and these people are doing everything possible in their power to give us the Africa we are looking for. We have had leaders who always sit there and talk about things without taking the necessary steps. Like the Sahel State is doing everything amazing. ECOWAS decided some years back that they want to bring ECO. But according to report, France alone just rose up and told the world that we are not going to allow this to happen. Until date, ECOWAS is still singing the songs of ECO, ECO, ECO. But these people came within the shortest possible time, and they are doing everything that the African has been yearning for. And that is why sometimes we don't understand the reason to which the organizations are rather fighting Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, that are doing everything possible to give us the African dream that we have been dreaming of. We are so excited that our all in us came at the right time, and they are doing everything possible to make sure that the African is free. They are not like those in the democratic elected that will always come and do the talking without adding actions. These ones are perfect, and they make sure that they are men of little words. It's actions that we are looking for in Africa, because we are so tired about the talks that we have been receiving from our leaders without us seeing any progress. Today is a wonderful day in Africa, that we are seeing that things are changing in the continent, and we are regaining our power, because power is all that we need. And if we want to get the power, we need to start taking charge of everything that is of the African. Until then, we can never say how powerful we are. We can never tell the world that we are sovereign, because everybody knows that the African is not independent. It's only the African who hasn't realized that he is still a slave, because they have decided to remove the chains from us and kept it in their mind. So we still believe in the news that we are independent. For that matter, there is no need for us to rise up to fight, because people don't understand why some of us are preaching unity and fighting for freedom, because majority of us believe that the African is independent and we are able to sack the colonizers. But these people, even though they are far away from us, are still operating 100% in Africa. And that is why we are seeing that Sahel states are doing everything possible to make sure that we get the freedom we are looking for, instead of us sitting in our unions to be talking about these things every blessed year without taking any concrete actions. The Sahel has decided to do the talk less and do more of actions. It's amazing that today as Africans we are smiling, because the African is finally taking his or her sovereignty into his own hands, and we are so excited that we are no longer going to allow other people to come into the continent to manipulate us and to take power from us, because we want to also get the power, and it is only the power that will put us at the level that we are looking for as Africans. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery. So let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. Let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world in Africa, West Africa, and in Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso.